So I have to buy 4 tires for my truck, 4 brand new tires. That's going to be easily $1,000 or so. And so, this may feel inconvenient, right? Perhaps a lot of people have to spend money on tires sometimes, right? Or other issues. But perhaps having to buy 4 brand new tires for my truck is a good problem. How can this be a good problem? Well, you might want to put something like this in a category of good problems, because while I got to buy 4 new tires, I own a truck. I don't have to walk. I have transportation. And perhaps the fact that I have a job, I will be able to figure it out, right? To get those tires on my truck. So perhaps this is a good problem situation. While it may feel frustrating or feel disappointing, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be that bad, right? Good problem. Inoperable brain tumor. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the category of a bad problem. I don't think anybody's going to try to spin that one or interpret it as a good problem. Inoperable brain tumor, terminal cancer brain tumor, perhaps bad problem. So I'm at the gym. It's leg day, and I've been looking forward. I'm going to do my squats, right? And the squat racks are being used, and the one that I thought was going to be available, there's somebody in it using it to do curls with a 30-pound barbell and the squat rack. Feels annoying. How dare he, right? Who the hell does bicep curls and a squat rack? That's not what it's made for, right? So yeah, good problem because you know what? I have a gym membership. I have the privilege to work out, to prioritize my physical fitness and health. A lot of options in the gym to do a lot of things as far as exercises. I'm pretty sure I'll still get to figure out doing my squats. Good problem. Do I need to let that necessarily ruin my morning? It's a good problem to have. Pancreatic cancer, right? Perhaps diabetes type 1, renal failure. Bad problems. What about someone who is in a job, and maybe you get a promotion, or perhaps you just get assigned extra duties that you're not used to having to do? Maybe you need to learn some new skills at work. Feels inconvenient, maybe feels unfair. Good problem. You have a job, right? Also, if you are that unhappy with a particular job, you're healthy. You have the option to pursue other available jobs somewhere else, right? With whatever's maybe an option for you. Maybe you perhaps go back to school. So maybe this is a good problem that gets you to consider other opportunities, other ideas. You get the idea. The point is, I could go back and forth as far as examples of good problems, bad problems, right? I just had to go fill up a couple 5-gallon water jugs for my water cooler at home, and yeah, that's a good problem. I mean, I'm able to get clean water to drink, right? So our perspective is very important in life. A lot of people are getting really frustrated where they overestimate the threat of things, they overestimate the significance in things, or inflate them or magnify them to make them things really more than what they need to be. So a lot of people really, in a big picture perspective, when they have a good problem situation, really it doesn't even need to be one in a stoic sense, or just radical acceptance that things can really be okay if you decide they can. And that being said, being able to distinguish, sure, there can be things in life that are just not good. I mean, that nobody would want in any context. And perhaps, as far as suffering is concerned and things that are very serious issues, a lot of people will not interpret as a good problem, right? So some things may be more of a bad problem in terms of the threat, what it represents, the implications, and so on. So the next time you find yourself having a stressful day, a bad day, always remember perspective really matters here. Put your life in perspective. Maybe look at other situations with other individuals. Is your situation necessarily as serious, right? Maybe it's a good problem, as I mentioned. And at the end of the day, what do you really have control over is very important. Because if you find yourself stressing and worrying about something that, if it technically has a solution, then really technically there's no really reason to have to worry about it if it has a solution, like 4 tires for my truck, for example, which I don't need 4 tires. My tires are still good. But what about a problem perhaps that, let's say it does not have a solution. Let's say it does not have a solution. So in that case, what's the point of worrying either? It doesn't technically have a solution. How is worrying going to make it any better for you? So I think you get the idea. Good problems versus bad problems, to the extent of how you want to frame it. It's all perspective. And then ultimately, things that have solutions. If there's a solution to something in life, then technically there's no reason to have to worry, is there? Being overly anxious doesn't do you any good. And for things you can't do anything about, right? There is no solution. It's understandable. Sometimes a sense of a feeling of loss of control, uncertainty can definitely be triggering. But at a certain point, with this radical acceptance of things that you can't do anything about, and then it doesn't help you, right? What's the point? So then to pivot to something else, things you do still have control over, right? Mentally change the channel. Put that energy to something different. So I hope everybody's having a good week. I believe today's Monday, right? So anyways, maybe you can drop some comments below. What are some of your examples of a good problem or bad problem?